The first call, they always say nothing good happens after midnight, but I used to laugh that off. I worked night shifts. I lived for the quiet hours when the world was asleep until last week. It was exactly 3:00 a.m. when my phone rang. The sound was sharp, slicing through the stillness of my apartment. At first, I thought it was an alarm I had set by accident, but the screen glowed with an unknown number. I almost let it go to voicemail. Almost. But something about the drawn-out, mechanical tone, just slightly off from normal, made me pick up. Hello? My voice was hoarse. Silence. Then a slow intake of breath on the other end. Alex! My blood went cold. No one ever calls me that at this hour. No one but my mother. And this was not her voice. Who is this? I asked. The voice chuckled softly, a sound like paper tearing. You know who I am. I pulled the phone from my ear, staring at the screen. No name. No caller ID. Just a string of zeros. You're calling the wrong number, I said, forcing my voice steady. You answered. The voice whispered. That's all that matters. Click. The line went dead. I stared at my phone for a long time after that. The apartment felt heavier somehow, the shadows thicker. The hum of the refrigerator sounded louder. I tried to tell myself it was just a prank. Wrong number. Some creep with software to spoof calls. But when I set the phone back on the nightstand, it vibrated again. A new text message appeared. You shouldn't have answered, Alex. My stomach dropped. The second call, I did not sleep after that text. I just lay there, staring at the phone, every nerve buzzing like static. Eventually, exhaustion got the better of me, and I must have drifted off. Because the next thing I knew, the phone was vibrating in my hand again. The clock read 3 a.m. I answered before I could stop myself. Alex, the voice purred, clearer this time, like it had been waiting for me. I swallowed hard. What do you want? The voice chuckled again, that same papery sound that scraped against my ears. I want to see you. A chill ran through me. You've got the wrong person. The line went quiet. Then the voice spoke again, slower, softer. You're sitting on the edge of your bed. I froze. You left the light on in the kitchen. It continued. The fridge door is cracked open. Milk on the top shelf. Expired. My heart pounded in my chest. I turned, almost against my will, toward the kitchen doorway. The light was on. Who the hell are you? I demanded. The voice ignored me. Your curtains are closed, but not all the way. One gap. Left side. Someone could be watching. I dropped the phone and rushed to the window. My hands shook as I yanked the curtains shut, my breath ragged. The phone lay on the floor, speakers still on, the voice calm and steady. Better, it said. I snatched the phone up, shouting into it. Stop this. Stop watching me. But the voice didn't stop. It only lowered, intimate, like a secret pressed against my ear. Don't you get it, Alex? I'm not watching you. The pause stretched, heavy and unbearable. I'm inside. Click. The call ended. The presence I did not move for a long time after the line went dead. The phone felt like ice in my hand, my own heartbeat hammering against my ribs loud enough to drown out every other sound. Then, from the kitchen, the refrigerator door clicked shut. I did not shut it. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I told myself it was just the seal settling, or a draft, anything. But then the faucet dripped once loud, deliberate and stopped. I forced myself to stand. Every step toward the kitchen felt like walking into deep water. The light was still on. The fridge door was closed. Nothing out of place, except the air felt wrong. Heavy. Charged. My phone buzzed again. Another text. Stay very still. I froze. Breath caught in my throat. The screen flickered. Then another message appeared. Don't look behind you. Every instinct screamed at me to run, but my legs refused to move. My phone vibrated once more. A third text arriving as the kitchen light flickered. It's curious about you. My knees almost gave out. I spun around despite the warning, and saw nothing. Just my dim apartment, shadows pooling at the edges like spilled ink. Then my phone rang. The same number, zeros across the screen. Hands shaking, I answered. You moved, the voice whispered, softer than before. It knows now. What are you talking about? My voice cracked. Who is this? It does not matter, the caller said. You invited it by answering. You should have let it ring. A low creak echoed from the hallway, like a door opening slowly. I whipped my head toward the sound. Nothing. Where are you? I whispered. The voice chuckled again, closer. Then the line went silent, but in the empty static, just before it cut off, another sound slid through wet, dragging footsteps, moving toward me. Click. The empty steps forward. I dropped the phone like it was burning me. The silence in the apartment was suffocating, heavy enough to press against my chest. I tried to convince myself it was all in my head. Sleep, deprivation, a prank. Then I heard it again. Step, slow, deliberate. On the hardwood floor just beyond the kitchen. Step. Closer this time. The kind of sound that makes your blood want to freeze inside your veins. I staggered back toward the bedroom, eyes darting across the apartment. Nothing moved. The air, though shifted like the pressure in the room, dropped all at once. My ears rang. The phone on the floor lit up. Without me touching it, the screen glowed bright white. The voice seeped through the speaker, warping, fragmented, like it was coming from 1,000 miles away and right next to me all at once. Do not look at its face. My heart slammed against my ribs. The hallway stretched longer than it should have. The shadows seemed to breathe, rising and falling like lungs. And then I saw it. At first, I thought it was a trick of the light, but no, there was something standing at the end of the hall. Too tall, too thin. Its head tilted just enough to suggest it was watching me. The air smelled like iron. My phone buzzed violently on the floor, another text appearing across the screen. It will speak soon. Do not answer it. I backed into my bedroom, every nerve screaming at me to run. I slammed the door shut, pressed my weight against it. Silence. Then, from the other side, a new sound. Knock. 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 The rhythm was deliberate. Calm. Like it had all the time in the world. My phone vibrated again, this time ringing instead of texting. The same string of zeros filled the caller ID. Against every instinct, I picked it up. Alex. But it was not the paper-tearing voice this time. It was my voice. Click. The line went dead. The final call sat there in the dark. The phone pressed against my ear, even though the line was dead. My own voice echoing back at me. How was that even possible? Then the knocking stopped. The silence that followed was worse. I leaned against the door, straining to hear. No footsteps, no breathing, nothing. For a moment, I thought maybe it was over. That maybe if I stayed quiet long enough, it would go away. And then the phone rang again. This time, I did not want to answer. Every muscle in my body screamed at me not to, but the sound of its natural grating, vibrating through the walls made it feel like I had no choice. I lifted it to my ear. Alex, the voice said, calm and familiar. My voice. You should open the door now. I shook my head, whispering into the phone. You're not me. A pause, then laughed low, broken, as though played backward through static. No, but I will be. My stomach dropped. I felt it, then the handle turning slowly beneath my hand. I threw my weight against the door, holding it shut, but the pressure from the other side grew stronger. The wood groaned. Stop! I screamed. What do you want from me? The voice on the phone answered, in perfect unison with the whisper sliding through the cracks of the door. To be answered. The pressure vanished. The door went still. And then, silence. I stayed there, frozen, until the first light of dawn crept into the room. My phone lay dark in my lap. No calls, no message. I told myself it was over. But last night, at exactly 3:00 a.m., my phone lit up again. Same number, same endless string of zeros. And this time, I let it ring. I thought that would be the end of it. But now, as I'm recording this for you, I keep hearing faint tapping on the other side of my apartment door. Knock, knock, knock. And if my phone rings tonight, I do not know if I will be strong enough not to answer.